is the 33rd annual Chicago River Day, and there will be a big effort to clean up the river and its banks across the city.
And as the weather warms up, it's also a great time to enjoy the city's river and the river system. Joining us now is Margaret Frisbee, the Executive Director of Friends of the Chicago River. So why don't you begin by telling us what Chicago River Day is?
Oh, of course. Well, Chicago River Day is this really magical morning of literally thousands of volunteers spreading out along the Chicago and Calumet River system to work together to clean up the river. So we have people of all ages, that, little kids, corporate teams, families, and they're out there picking up garbage, but they're also doing restoration work and building trails and enjoying nature, seeing wildlife. So it's a really special day for Friends and for our river system.
Yeah, and you've been doing this for years, and it's amazing to me the types of things that you find every year, some really outlandish stuff and other just everyday things that people should be throwing away instead of tossing in the river, right?
Yeah, there's some kind of charismatic mega garbage that we find, like lots of ping pong balls or coconuts or picnic tables that you don't understand why they'd be in the river. But a lot of what we find is really plastic. In fact, we've been doing research with Dr. Tim Holine at Loyola University Chicago, and we find that 80% of the litter that we collect these days is plastic, and of that, 80% is food related. So that tells you that's something that needs to be treated differently. We need to reduce our use, but also really be careful what we do with our garbage when we're done with it.
Yeah, and I would imagine it's not necessarily that people are just throwing stuff in the river. It's a lot of times maybe they left it on a sidewalk and it washes off into the river, right?
That's so perfectly put. And there's a lot of windblown trash that ends up in the river. Sometimes, at river edge parks or forest preserves, there could be garbage cans that they're full. And so, like, if you see a full garbage can, don't put your stuff in, take it with you, right? So there's really, a lot of preventative work that could go into eliminating any trash in the river whatsoever.
And you're going to be spread out amongst all around the waterways, and it's not just about the water, right? It's about the pathways and mulching the pathways and working on the flowers and those kinds of things that you see. Tell us what people will be doing when they actually roll up their sleeves and get their hands dirty.
Yeah, so it kind of depends by location. So certain areas in forest preserves, we're doing a lot of invasive plant removal. Invasive plants replace native plants and damage the habitat. They also cause erosion from the soil and hurt wildlife because it's not the right plants. So we do a lot of trail work. We do a lot of invasive plant removal. We're doing some in-stream planting. So people out in canoes putting native water willow and lizard's tail in the river, which really provides great in-stream habitat for fish and frogs and turtles and the whole ecosystem. And then there'll be people just picking up trash out there with bags and grabbers and gloves and doing their best to get everything out, no matter how small or big.
I love how the love for the river has really grown. You said the biggest pickup day that you've ever had.
This is the biggest Chicago River Day ever. We have over 2,700 volunteers signed up as of right now. We're still welcoming people. We have locations, kind of as you start at the urban core and spread out. The parks are full, the forest preserves are full. So we need people kind of in the north suburbs and the south side in the Little Calumet and Riverdale. There's some open spots, but we're really encouraging people to come. We give away a free t-shirt. There's after parties. I mean, it's just a really special day.
Mike had brought up the Chonkosaurus. Remember the big...
Everybody loved that video
last year. I mean, it really goes to show, like, wildlife is really building along the river.
There is so much wildlife, and that's one of the things that's really fun about Chicago River Day is people get out and see it. So sometimes, like, we've had reports of red foxes at River Park on the north side of the city. This is a great migratory bird time, so people will be out looking for birds and really seeing a lot of color. And then to your point about the Chonkosaurus, that kind of coverage and brings people to their focuses their attention on the fact that the river is a natural resource. It is alive. There are nearly 80 species of fish, up from only 7 in the 1970s. There's turtles, there's muskrats, there's beavers. We have nesting osprey north and south of the city, and this year we're getting reports of bald eagles who are trying to squabble with the osprey about taking over their nests, right? So you're like, what a great problem to have, fish-eating birds who are happy to nest in the Chicagoland area.
If you see Chonkosaurus, you tell them we say hello, okay?
It will be my pleasure.
Thank you, Margaret.
Thanks a
and
lot.
You can sign up to take part in the Chicago River Day tomorrow from 9 to noon. There are 92 locations, as she mentioned. You do have to register at chicagoriver.org. We hope to see you again soon.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you very much for having me.